He wasn't loud. He didn't chase headlines. But in 2017, at one of the most high-stakes ANC national conferences in history, the quiet premier did what few thought possible. He became the kingmaker. To those watching from the outside, it may have seemed sudden. But to those who truly knew him, seasoned observers, political insiders, it was just another step in a carefully planned path. He had a reputation, sharp, strategic, always one move ahead. They called him the cat, because no matter how many times he was cornered, he always landed on his feet. He had built real power in his province. Now, he was stretching that power to the national stage. Almost everyone knew he was on his way to becoming deputy president of the ANC, and maybe, in a couple of years' time, the presidency itself. But as he stepped closer to this new position, something shifted in his perspective. He was now one of the most powerful men in the country. And power, as it often does, had the potential to change him. It did. But not in the way people expected. Instead of hunger for more, power brought something else. A conscience. He began to reflect, not with shame for rising, but with discomfort about how that rise had happened. The deals, the battles, the divisions left in his wake. He looked at the party he had helped shape and saw it breaking. The ANC was no longer whole. Factions pulled it in different directions. Its reputation was wounded, and the people it claimed to represent were losing faith. The party was bleeding, and deep down, he knew another scheme, another secret meeting, another victory in the shadows would only cut it deeper. It needed more than politics. It needed a reckoning. And so, he made a decision, not to conquer the party, but to confront it. He would pull it back from the edge, even if it meant dragging every faction, every rival, every stubborn voice into the same room. Kicking, screaming, unwilling. He didn't ask them to unite. He would force them to. Because sometimes power isn't about taking control. It's about saving what's left.
Mabuza is the new Deputy President of the African National Congress.
We've seen it, and it can't be repeated. What you've done in Pulukwane, what you've done in Mangao, it can't be repeated. I'm standing here as if I was not party to that. I'm talking as if I was not party to it. I was an active participant. Active in supporting a certain faction, and every time the faction that I belonged to saw the light of the day. Every time. Every time. Only to realize the damage. Hey, we have caused such a huge damage. We could have tried to unify the movement rather than entrenching factionalism.
It's easy to look at the ANC's current decline, falling below 50% in the 2024 elections, and say it was inevitable. Maybe it was. But one man tried to stop it, Mabuza. And that choice came at a cost. It earned him enemies, suspicion, and figuratively, a target on his back. He's remembered today for backing Cyril Ramaphosa over Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, more specifically, for siding with the CR17 faction instead of the Radical Economic Transformation RET faction. That decision shocked many, because if you followed the politics closely, you'd know. Mabuza was never meant to be on Ramaphosa's side. He was premier of Mpumalanga, a key player in the now infamous Premier League, a powerful bloc that backed Jacob Zuma and aligned closely with RET ideals. To most, it was a foregone conclusion that his loyalties lay there. And yet, he didn't choose them. But to say DD picked one faction over another is to miss the point entirely. He didn't pick sides, he balanced them. He did something few in ANC history had done with intention and success. He united the slates. He forced both factions, CR17 and RET, to share the stage, to alternate, to coexist. Think about it. The CR17 faction walked away with the presidency, national chairperson, and treasurer general. The RET faction secured the deputy presidency, secretary general, and deputy secretary general, although the latter's allegiance is still debated. This wasn't coincidence. It was design. It was balance. It was unity. And yet, most didn't see it. Many still don't, even inside the ANC. But why did DD go through all this trouble? Why risk it? Because he saw what others missed. The ANC wasn't losing power simply because it was corrupt or inefficient, although those issues mattered. They were symptoms, not causes. The real disease was internal. Factionalism, rivalries that split the movement, wars waged from within. Every time the ANC fractured, it lost support. Every time it expelled or sidelined dissent, another breakaway party was born. And here's the proof. Add up the ANC, the EFF, and the MK party in the 2024 elections. And what do you get? A 2/3 majority. The base hasn't disappeared. The people still believe in the ANC's policies and message. What they no longer trust is the conflict. Mabuza saw this, and he chose to do something few politicians ever do. He gave up power to save the structure. He chose to be the broker, the mediator, the cat who would land on his feet. Yes, but not for his own survival this time, for the party's. He chose unity over loyalty, balance over dominance. He chose to lose friends, so the party wouldn't lose everything. Did it work? Some say no. Some say he failed. But the truth? The verdict is still out. Because the reckoning he tried to delay, or perhaps heal, is still unfolding. And history may yet look back on his gamble as the last real attempt to hold the ANC together.